Good morning, ma'am. This is Vaishnavi from CSC C section, and my roll number is 234G1A05H2. My team members are Varshita and Vaishnavi, and our assignment topic is basic UML diagrams, classes, object diagrams, terms, conditions, and modeling techniques for classes and object diagrams, terms, condition, modeling techniques for object diagrams. Introduction to UML diagrams. UML diagrams are visual representation used to model software system and their structure. They help in understanding design and documenting systems, components, and interactions. Today we focus on classes and object diagrams, key tools in object oriented modeling. Overview of class diagrams. Class diagram depicts the static structure of system by showing classes and their relationships. They are essential for designing the blueprint of system before implementation. These diagrams illustrate attributes, operations, and associations among classes. Key terms in class diagrams. Class is a blueprint for objects that defines attributes and behavior. Attributes a property of characters or of a classes or objects. Operation a function or a method that a classes or objects are present perform. Concepts of class diagrams. Classes are represented as rectangle divided into three parts: names, attributes, name, attributes, and operations. Relationships such as associations, generalization, and dependencies connect classes. Multiple in indicates how many instances of classes can are related to instance of another class. Modeling techniques for classes. Use clear naming conventions to enhance diagram readability and understand. Incorporate appropriate relationships to accurate reflect system interactions. Use stereotypes and constraints to add additional semantic to classes and relationships. My next continuation will be hand over to Vaishnavi.
Good morning, ma'am. This is Vaishnavi from third year CSCC. As my friend explained up to modeling techniques for classes, continuing with overview of object diagrams. Object diagrams show instances of classes at a specific moment in time representing actual objects. They are useful for illustrating system states and testing object interactions. Object diagrams are often used in conjunction with class diagrams for detailed system analysis. And terms and concepts in object diagrams. Object, an individual instance of class with specific attribute values. Link, a connection between objects representing a relationship. Snapshot, an instance view of objects and their links at a particular point during execution. Here we can observe UML diagram scores, component level, and components. Modeling techniques for object diagrams focus on examples, clarify how objects relate in specific scenarios, maintain consistency between object diagrams and class diagrams to ensure accuracy, use object diagrams to verify class diagrams correctness and facilitate system testing. And here, introduction to class objects diagrams. Class and object diagrams are visual tools used in modeling the static structure of system. They help in understanding the relationships and organizations of data within a system. These diagrams are essential for designing and documenting software architectures. And here we can observe class diagram, object diagram, and ER diagrams, which is shown in the picture. And basic terms and concepts. A class represent a blueprint or template for creating objects with shared attributes and behavior. An object is an instance of a class embedding specific attribute values at a particular moment. Attributes define the data stored in classes and objects, while operations specify behaviors or functions. Class diagram overview. Class diagram depict classes, their attributes, operations, and relationships among classes. They are used mainly during the object phase to model system structure. Relationships in class diagrams include associations, generalizations, and dependencies. And here we can observe what is class diagram, and it is shown about the class diagram. Object diagrams overview. Object diagrams are snapshots of instance of classes at a specific point in time. They illustrate how objects interact and relate during runtime. Object diagrams are useful for understanding system states and debugging. And my friend Varshita will continue after the object diagrams.
Good morning, ma'am. This is Varshita from CSC section. As my friend Vaishnavi explained about the introduction of class and object diagrams. In this, I will explain about the techniques of class and object diagrams and its applications. First of all, techniques for object diagrams. UML, Unified Modeling Language. It stands to create and consist class diagrams. It mainly focuses on classes and their attributes, methods, and relational accuracy. Incorporate inheritance, associations, and multiplities, and constraint to reflect system requirements. Modeling techniques for object diagrams. Firstly, it start by identifying specific objects and their attributes values relevant to a particular scenario. Use links to represent object relationships, mirroring the associations in class diagrams. Employ object diagrams to validate class or diagrams and ensure the accuracy. Model real-time instances. Differences between class and object diagrams. In class diagrams are static models. It only defines the structure while object diagrams only show concrete instances. Class diagrams are genetic templates. Objects are specific realizations of those classes. Class diagrams are broader and is used for system design, whereas object diagrams focuses on particular states or snapshots. Applications of class and object diagrams. In class diagrams, it can assist in designing database schemas and software modules. In object diagrams, it is used for testing and debugging. Mainly, it is used for testing. Then after, it can be debugging and visualizing system states using development. In both diagrams, support communications among developers, analysts, and stakeholders. Summary and key takeaways. In class and object diagrams are fundamental tools in object oriented modules and design. Understanding the differences and it only uses of each diagram and it enhances system clarity. In mastery of modeling techniques, it leads to robotics and maintainable and well documented system. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, ma'am.